Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is the Pink Elf in the Room conversation. And today, what we will be talking about, we talked about it a few weeks back, a few weekends back. We will be talking about the observation of why observation is key to humanity. And this is part two of this. So, again, what do I mean by that? What I mean is simply why observation, why paying attention to what goes on in your everyday life is important to who you are as a person, and how it can be a key in our life and what we see, what we feel, and what we connect to in this life. And the first thing that I desire to go over is some of the few reasons it's important to who you are. One of the first reasons we're going to go over about four of these. So we're going to go over four reasons. Sorry about that. Four reasons why it's important. And the first reason is simply realization of self. When you are observing things, one of the first things you may observe is a simple fact of who you are. How you act, how you do things. And of course, sometimes this is going to play in the role of understanding self. And when you start to understand yourself, you may find things that you feel no longer serve you to do. Maybe certain actions or behaviors you take. I wouldn't call it immaturity because we're all growing, period. But it could be a piece of who you are that is growing into something more, something better. And that's something that we not all of us have perfected ourselves, because many of us don't observe ourselves. Many of us, even including in my own time, uh, we just go through our everyday life. We may be going to work, we may be going to college, we may be going home, we may be taking care of children, we might be going to sleep, we might be eating, we might be watching TV, we might be drinking, we might be smoking, we might be partying, getting whatever we can off the focus of us. And sometimes that reason can be that it's sometimes scary to really get to know yourself. Or for some people, it's hard being alone. For some people, it's not hard to be alone, of course. But taking time to get to know yourself is vitally important to pushing who you are as a person, growing self. And one of the first things would be that is that it grows self. And not only growing self, but the second thing it's going to grow is realization of humanity. What do I mean by that? You will realize how deeply you're connected to humanity and how it is you, the connection of what it is. You'll see things for what they are, that each person through their own life doing. You see all that going on, whether it's the person who is homeless, whether it's the person who's driving a luxurious car, whether it's the person who is hard at work to create maybe a goal, maybe just simply be financially free, maybe just buy a simple house or something, maybe just buy the car they desire, maybe just pay for college, whatever it is. You see all those things that every person is going through everyday life. And number three, that adds to this, that you don't really need to judge these people. That it'll stop you from judging others because you see that others are going through their everyday life and becoming who they are every day. That sometimes the behaviors of what people do is based off of their beliefs, of course, but their everyday life. And because we don't know that person, it's different, of course, if you know that person. That's where you start finding out if it works or doesn't work to be around that person. But when you are meeting someone for the first time, because many of us, we see certain people in certain light where we may consider them nothing but lower than us, or unimportant for us, or having no care. But you have to learn that everybody is going through their own separate issues, problems, their wins, their losses, as you would say, their ups, their downs, is what I really meant to say. Their hate and their love and growing who they are. And we don't know that, but to understand that person is going on their path and growing on their path and being who they are on their path to do whatever they choose, you have to realize that in itself, that everybody has their own choices they're making right now, and you never know what you can even learn from some of those people as they are creating who they are through themselves. It could help you create who you are through yourselves, or you could be creating yourself, helping others. But the last thing is, it will help you. One of the reasons it's important is it helps you to realize who you truly are. And it leads back to what I was saying earlier, realization of self, realization of humanity, no judgment, because you will be on that connecting level. You'll be on a different frequency, a different vibration of who you really are, and pushing something more. Realizing that we are all one and we're all connected. And you see that because you are watching, in a sense, an entire show go before your very eyes of people creating experiences upon experiences and being who they truly are. Now, what exactly may you say would be the effects of this, of understanding how to use it? But before I even go into that, let me explain just a small detail before we go into the effects of observation. How does observation work? And some people might know it, some people might not, but I do want to break this down a little bit more. To observe others is to see things as they are, not based off of perception, but seeing what you see as it is. It is like saying that Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. It is like saying that most hurricanes come from the Atlantic. It's so because it's observable. We have not gotten to that point of observing because we are people based off of judgment. Even our laws and regulations are flawed due to that we do not observe. We also look at others in different light based off the color of the skin, the gender, the religion, etc., etc. Instead of observing, are they someone I can work with? Are they kind? Are they peaceful? Are they loving? Unconditionally loving? This is a thought process of, at times, how I think. This is a thought process of how I think. How I observe things. Does that person work with me? I'm not looking to an agenda of what can I get out of this person, but to observe in any sense without judgment, because I don't know them. Do they work with me? Can I talk to them freely about themselves and myself as well? Am I able to open up to that person and be myself? Will that be a problem to them because that might not be for me? Or will that be something that's beneficial where we both can work together and grow? Observation. And we have, I believe it's Dakin Draco. I just want to say hi to you. You have to realize, however, that observation, again, is looking at who you are as you are. Not looking at people from a light of, well, this person started because of this, this, and this, but seeing things as they are. And now let's go into the effects. What are the effects of observation? Observation allows you, in a sense, to become calmer in many life situations because you are, again, watching it as though it's a show, but you realize and see through the illusion of what is going on in life that things are happening, everyone is going, everyone has a role, everyone is experiencing a part of who they are choosing in this very moment. Everybody is choosing something. What you choose creates who you are. Or better yet, what you choose creates what you choose as being who you are. You're choosing every waking moment to create who you desire to be in this very waking moment. When those life situations come, exactly. When those life situations come, and maybe you have an argument with someone, or maybe you have a situation where there are things that are going on, and so on and so forth. There are so many different situations for everyone. You may have to take time to yourself just to simply think things through or understand things. Yes, there will be times where maybe you won't be calm, but what I mean is it will keep you to a calm where you'll actually see it for what it is and actually take time to think about if it works or doesn't work. How how can you change the situation, or will the situation stay the same? Is there love in this situation, or is there hate in this situation? Can this be resolved peacefully, or should you walk away? It allows you to keep that common understanding of self. But the next thing is seeing things for what they are. Again, you see the illusion. You see that this is all a game. Like I talked of, actually, no, we're actually going to talk about this later. But life is a game, and this is the only game in town. And what do I mean by that? Life is an experience. An experience you are creating in each and every moment. And you've put upon yourselves illusions that create who you are in this waking moment of now. These illusions to some might be bad, but don't think of them as bad or good. They're neither of these things. These illusions play a part in making you forget to choose what you will be. Maybe you'll forget everything to maybe be something more, something different that you chose from last time. Maybe you'll remember a little so you can help grow the planet, or maybe help certain things that are going on the planet. Maybe you'll remember all of it and choose to be fully enlightened, to be that master. Whatever you choose, though, it's up to you. It's all a choice. And in that choice, the last thing I wanted to talk about is it will lead to understanding the connection. Understanding how all of this is connected to you because you are now observing things for what they are. Science has even gone as far as proving that even death on its own self is a horizon. As they call it, the field theory, where you don't die, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Because again, death is just simply a horizon to something more. You are connected to that. Again, it's a game. You play one part, and you have to realize that when you're in the world, as you call the human race, when you're on planet Earth, or Terra. You are now in a game. You are in a tour. This is a tour of humanity, a humanistic experience you are creating right here, right now. And in creating that experience, you are making choices that you will deem something maybe brave and bold, or something fearful and horrible, maybe something embarrassing and dreadful, maybe something amazing, maybe something boring, maybe something twisted. Maybe you will have the wealth and you'll be happy. Maybe you will have the wealth and you won't be happy. You are creating each and every moment of this right here, right now, in connection to who you are as the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So, in conclusion, observation is seeing things as they are, for one. And what we've been talking about is simply being able to observe how important that is to humanity. I'd love to see that. No worries. We can definitely meet up. But that observation is key. And understanding the reasons. The reasoning being that it helps us realize our own self being, who we are, our own value of who we truly are, and who we are choosing to be. It allows us to realize that that connection to us grows throughout humanity and its own beauty and being who you are. That because you are understanding that humanity, there is no reason to judge others around you, because others are who you are. That there's more to you than meets the eye. And seeing that, like I said, this is why I always say the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within who you are. It allows you to see that. See that very clearly within who you are. The effects, allowing you to become calmer and understand certain situations and making your choices and what you're choosing. To see things for what they really are, the illusion that this is the only game in town, to experience different versions of who you are, and realizing that every person is going through their own journey. And understanding that connection, just like I said, how science has proven the field theory, which shows that death is a horizon, that this is all connected to you. This is all you. And you have made a connection as us, as the collection, and yet the whole. You are all of this, and yet you are separated. You are one, and you are the individuals. You are beautiful, you are amazing, you are divine, you are magnificent, you are, again, the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So we'll end it here. That's the conclusion. But to everybody out there, have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. To everybody out there, peace and namaste. And we'll talk soon, okay?